Welcome back to 1 Million Pumpkins Ranch for more public displays of homesteading. And today we are not at the ranch. We're with Diana, that's Matt's mom.
Hi.
And we are spending the day. We are busy canning up some produce. There's a deal out here where you spend $15 and you get, what did she say, $85 worth of produce. And so today we chopped up a whole bunch of squash and added tomatoes and sausage and peppers. And now we're doing the canning deal with the big Presto. This can hold 16 pints. All right, here we've got 8 on the bottom and 7 on the top pints. Matt is finishing up prepping this one. Got to make sure there's no air bubbles in there. Make sure all the solids can be submerged. Does it need a little bit more broth?
This will be all right.
Cool. Then on goes the lid. Got to wipe it with the vinegar first. And then it gets its lid. And finger tighten the ring. In it goes, and now we will put on the lid and pressure cook those. I think it's for 20 minutes, I'll double check. But this is what we have left of that produce stew sauce. It's like a sausagey, inspired by a spaghetti sauce and a cabbage roll recipe.
That's a tight seal right now.
Good tight seal with a fresh gasket and a brand new gauge. Okay, now some steam is coming out of that valve, and so that has to do that for 10 more minutes. All right, 10 minutes went by, and now we're going to have to turn this heat down lower because we just have to balance this gauge between the 2 black lines at the 10 mark right there. So I've reduced the heat to medium-high, and now comes the very careful watching and modulating to keep it between those 2 black lines. And then we're going to process this for 65 minutes. And I will check back in with you when they are done. And well, time is up. That processed for 65 minutes. And now the stove has been turned off and it's going to naturally release pressure. Some time has passed now, and it seems to have released its pressure naturally because those buttons have dropped. The gauge is down at 0, and so it's time to take this guy off. Yes, safety. All right, so that means now I can twist the top and take it off. There we go. Now it's time to use the lifter and take those out and line them up on the countertop. Right? That's awkward to do one-handed. All right, that's all of them, and I'm gonna just soak up the extra water off the lids with a towel. And so that's 16 jars. And now we have a bunch more to go in for another batch. And in the meantime, we've prepared a bunch of cucumber slices with pickling spices, garlic, and fresh rosemary. And those are going to get some sweet pickled brine and get water bath canned. Here's the brine warming up. And we've got round 2 with the pressure canner. Thanks so much for joining us today on our canning with Diana, Matt's mama. Cheers and blessings. Please, won't you remember to mulch that like button. Take care.